Dana, and I am here today to do a little craft room tour of my room. And I've always wanted to do one of these videos. I tend to watch them a lot online, and they always kind of fascinate me, and I feel like I've gotten my room to the point where I really like it. It's not perfect by any means, but it's really fun, and it gives me a lot of inspiration, and that's what other videos have always done to me, is give me inspiration to create the room so that I can create projects. So I just wanted to take you around and show you different things around the room and see if that inspires you. So let's start up here. My husband helped me make these shelves right here. Just got our wood from Lowe's, stained it, sanded it down, and added the brackets. And at first I was going to do storage on the shelves, and then I realized how pretty it was, and so I didn't want buckets up there. So in general, I have a lot of my decor up here, but I tend to take pieces like this and use it in my home during the seasons to decorate with, and so it doesn't all stay up here all year round. I kind of take a vase and put flowers in it out on a counter, or take a picture stand and use it on the mantle, that kind of thing. So to start off with here, pineapples are kind of my thing this year. I just learned that they really are a sign of welcome in a home, and that resides to me. I always like to have people in my home. I like to have guests over, and I want them to feel welcome in my home and comfortable in my home. So you'll see a lot of pineapples around. I got the wood project from a company down in Utah called Wood Creations, and it's just a kit. You just buy the wood kit, and then I painted it and stained it and decorated it myself and kind of made it what I wanted it to be. I actually kind of chiseled all the little divots into it and stained those and painted and the whole works, so that was kind of fun. I also like to go to thrift stores and buy different things and kind of DIY them. This is just a vase that I painted, and I use that for cake stands. I put a plate on top of it and put cakes or cookies for parties that I like to do. This is just a cute little board that I made, pictures that my girls have taken, just kind of mishmash of stuff. Same thing, frame back there that I painted. Use that as a decoration piece out in the room, in the family room and stuff as well. Just regular books that I like to read. Those are my girls. Vases, and there's another candle stand that I decorated and put a block on it that I made. Again, those are my girls. Back here I just have little bins that I keep notebooks and cards in. These are notebooks that I like to doodle in during conferences, take notes. And then up here I just have vase, flowers that I don't like to decorate with during the fall season and the Christmas season. So I tend to keep them all in here, and then eventually in the springtime they'll all kind of make their way back out into the regular living spaces. Same deal with these letters. I made those, got the kit from a company called Wood Creations, again down in Utah, but they're both online if you want to check those out. And then added the paint and paper and decorated those. Those should be out in my house for Valentine's Day, but I haven't decorated for that holiday as well. So then just books, more flowers, and picture of my family, and there's more pineapples. And then on the bookshelf over there, I just have more flowers and more books and different things that I've made and different pieces that will eventually make it out into the house during different holidays. Alright, so I've got this shelving unit right here, and I just keep a lot of my filing on this side. This is more my non-craft side necessarily. So I have my girls' school book file boxes in here, and they just have their old composition books and things like that. And then I have just like this is kind of a project bucket. I have little things that the girls are going to do in here. Again, just file boxes in there. I've got my sewing machine on the shelf down here with more file boxes. I've got these buckets here have all my silhouette crafting or silhouette supplies that are very minimal because I just barely got it. And then My husband got me a laminating kit, so that's in there. Down here I've got the kids' coloring box with their preschool books and their workbooks and things like that. Another bucket of coloring books for the kids, and then more coloring books. So kind of this is just more office supplies and work supplies. I've got these buckets down here that are more, these are all projects that I'm working on. I've got all the photos that I have from my whole house that I gathered up, and I put them all in date order for the year so far, but I have not put them in actual date order. So that's the next step of that. I read the KonMari book about tidying up, and pictures was my project last month. So, gotta finish that one. Just got regular file box for all of our legal documents and that kind of thing. Over here I have kind of my next project bin. So this will actually be my next video. If you want to see what I'm going to make from this bucket, check out the next video that I post. Recognize that. Those are the ones that my girls made, but we need to get them framed. And then I just have a lot of wood. This is all filled with wood projects that I want to work on. And those are the ones that I just did. My last little baby girl, when she was born 4 years ago. And washi tape. Kind of like that now. I've got a little spinning caddy with, you know, just regular office supplies in it. Nothing fancy. Spins around. I have it on a tray here that I just got at Target, and I have it actually elevated on a plant pot just to keep it up off the counter, give it some more height. Just a picture frame of me and my husband. I made this little sign here, and this is a picture of a poppy. A dear friend of mine, Anne, passed away 4 years ago this summer, and her mom sent me a picture of a poppy that my friend Anne had planted before she passed away, and it bloomed after the funeral, and just really made her happy and think of her. And so she sent me a copy of the picture, and I keep it here all the time. Just to finish off the desk, we've got another file bucket here that I can talk a little bit more about in detail in a second. There's more pineapples, love pineapples, a jar of pens, and just a file box there with the stuff that my kids bring home from school, and my husband's stuff that he gets in the mail, and I put it here, and that's kind of it. I'm going to move down a little bit low just for one little section here. I just have regular file boxes down here. They're not cute. They're not pretty. I just have little things in here, tissues, chapsticks, some CD files. I have ink cartridges for the printer. I have coupon envelopes that my sister made for me. If I'm going to a certain store, print off coupons, cut them out, put them in here, put them in my purse. In here, I just have regular notebooks. Kids need a notebook for school, come and grab it. Stamps and envelopes. Again, you can, if any of you know what those are. Envelopes for mailing, and paper bags. Up here, I just have my mats. I have my ruler mat, my silhouette mat, sewing mat, and the kids have their writing and coloring mats up on top there, out of the way. I have all my sewing fabrics in here, sewing machine pedal, fabrics, projects. I need to sew up the girls' Christmas pants that they never wore, maybe next year. Just more fabric. And then I have 2 buckets there for my oldest 2. Those are kind of their keepsake boxes from school, their projects leading up to 4th grade and 6th grade for each of those 2. So that's it on this side. We're going to move to the other side. Alright, on this side, this is kind of where the craft happens. That's what I kind of say. I have 2 IKEA bookcases on this side, put them together, and yeah, this is where kind of it all happens. So I'll explain like each of these sections. Behind here I still have some more file boxes for my husband and I, Nothing special, just different things that I don't like them to be seen. So I have these little projects that my girls made for Christmas one year. But then it starts to get into like some of my craft supplies. This is just embellishments and eyelets. And then I have my label maker in this bucket. I like to label, you'll see, I like to label things, know what's in there. In this one over here, I have batteries and my husband's telescope supplies, and then batteries and candles in the one down below. And then this one has camera supplies in it. But when I really started to craft more, I realized that I needed to be smart about how I stored my craft supplies, and so I really need to categorize them. I need to be able to pull out a bucket and craft with that bucket and then put the bucket away and know where my things are at. So for example, this one here, this is all office supplies. So it's glue sticks and tape and markers and crayons. And so if the kids need something for school or for a project for themselves, they know exactly where to come to get something. And so that's just easy. And then camera supplies, GoPro supplies are in this bucket. And these ones are new ones, so I haven't labeled these ones, as well as this one. So in this bucket here, I have craft supplies, I think is what I labeled it. And it just has all the knickknacks. Ribbons, not all my ribbons, bells and shells, and just kind of the knick-knacky stuff that I craft with is all in this bucket here. And then down here I have my first Project Life kit that I haven't done anything with yet. But this is my hope with all those pictures that I just showed you, is to get them into a Project Life album. So that's my goal. And then coming over here, this is like kind of where I do a lot of stuff. So I'll show you what's in this one right here. This is my craft tools. It's just my go-to. I have paper bags or plastic bags and a few latex gloves handy right away. So if I have a staining project or a painting project, I have that ready to go. Have sandpaper and paper towels and whatever, blanking on what that's called. I just have a lot of supplies in here that I use on the daily when I am crafting. So I can just pull this one bucket out. Any tool that I need for projects is going to be in this bucket. Then I have a bucket with ribbon in it. That's pretty self-explanatory. All my ribbon and twine is in here. This one then goes along with the other office supply bucket that I have. I stock up during back to school. I buy things for 10 cents or a penny, and I just buy 10 of them or 20 of them, and I keep them in this bucket because why pay full price? So anytime the kids need new supplies for school or for art projects that they have, they can come get these supplies. This bucket here has all of my punches. I use that one a lot. That was a hole punch, and then it also has a crimper in it. Cutter supplies, fancy scissors are in here, and then I have a lot of punchers like that are all in here. So again, when I know I'm going to do a project like this, I need to punch stuff out. I just pull out this bucket, grab what I need, and then I can put the bucket away. Down here, paint. I use paint all the time. Just back it up here. I can pull this out. I have all the paint brushes that I need. I have a sanding brush and plenty of paint brushes. Whenever I get paint out, my little one likes to paint with me. So I automatically get her paint into the box that I'm painting with so that she can immediately grab a brush and paint with me. Then I don't have to pull out another bucket. I don't have to do anything special. She can just paint right away with me. When I store my paint, I store it upside down. Make sure the lid is on, obviously. But I store it upside down. That way when I go to paint, the paint is right down, ready for me to take out. So usually it's in rainbow order, and my daughter likes to organize it that way, but I've been painting a lot and pulling out lots of colors, so it kind of got disorganized. Moving on, I have this bucket here has more fabric supplies, but it's more projects that I've done that are kind of like my home decor pieces. There's another pineapple, or they're fabric supplies that I decorate with for parties and baby showers and whatnot. These are just placemats made of burlap, so I use those to decorate with. I have banners that I've made out of fabric. I have birthday banners that I put up. This birthday banner, made a couple years ago. It stays up for like all of April because I have 3 April birthdays. So that's what's in that bucket, just fabric projects that I have done that I use. So next bucket I have here is my sewing bucket. So I'm going to pull out my sewing machine. I just grabbed this bucket. It's got everything I need. I've got pins. I've got straight pins. I've got ball pins. I've got bobby pin holder thingies there. I've got my fabric cutter. I've got fabric scissors in here. These are off limits to my kids, so I make sure that they stay tucked away. I have safety pins. I have a jar of buttons. I have threading, thread, more knickknacks for making projects with fabric, and then all of my kind of sewing supply, like tools and stuff, are in here, as well as thread and different supplies. So like I said, I like to be able to work on projects. I like to, quickly make an apron or something out of jeans and be able to just quickly pull out this bucket, pull out some fabric, pull out the sewing machine, make the project, spend maybe an hour on it, put the lid on the bucket, put the fabric away, and I'm done with the project. It just makes it go so much quicker. This one I keep, another project that I'm working on. This one here is project bucket. Sometimes I lose steam on projects once I start on them. They don't get finished. 4th of July. So I kind of put them in here because I know during the next year, the next season, I'm going to want to come back to this bucket and see what I have and see if I can finish a project. So I just kind of keep undone projects in here, and then I can come back to them. In here I keep wood projects. I tend to stock up on supplies after holiday events, and so I buy things for next to nothing. I think this is like 50 cents, and it's a candy corn block set that was normally like $10 or something. And so during Halloween I can just come to this bucket and find that and make that project really, really easy. So that was the wood stuff. And then I also like to keep certain things away from my kids. This is all of our nail polish. I don't keep it in the bathroom. I don't let them keep it in their bedrooms because that's a nightmare. So I keep all of my nail polishes and cotton swabs and removers in this bucket. One of the fumes is pretty potent in here, but then the lid goes back on it and it's safe. I know where it's at. The kids have to come to me to paint their nails, and I know where they're painting them. They're painting them in here on a desk. Carpet's not going to get ruined, and then it can just get tucked away. I've got more of the kids' supplies right here. Their crayons, their pencil cases, their paints, their markers. They can pull this out color, work on their projects, and then tuck it back away. I don't worry about what order things are on the shelves. I just like them to look neat with the labels pointing out. Again, another craft bucket for my kids. This is kind of a free-for-all for them. I let them buy kits from Michael's or Target or whatever and put them in this bucket. There's some bubbles and, you know, different markers, different kits that they get from Christmas presents and whatnot. This is their box. This is their projects. They can come to this. They can make their own things. They can get creative and make what they want. But again, stays in this room, goes back in the bucket and back on the shelf. I have card making supplies or actual pre-made cards, envelopes. So if the kids have a birthday party to go to, I can tell them, come get a little note card, you can get an envelope, decorate it how you want to. They can even add a little gift. There's some letters in here that I got from an after Christmas clearance at Michael's. So I just like things all in one place, if you kind of haven't noticed. So I just have one more bucket down here, and it's just stamps. Nothing special. It's all stamps. Ink pads are in there. Stamp a project, stamp a card, put it back in the bucket. Alright, so up here on the upper shelves, I have paper. I used a scrapbook and collected a lot of paper, and then a friend gave me a lot of her extra supplies that she had gotten, including these buckets. So I kind of transferred all of my paper to these buckets. I won't pull them out, but they're all in color order: pink and red, orange and yellow, green, blue, purple. And then, so I can just, if I know I'm going to do a project and it has green on it, I can pull out that green bucket, find the paper I want, and then put it back up. My kids do projects for school. If they want to decorate a notebook, or they want to work on a science project and they want to decorate their board with blue and green, and it's super easy for them. I can pull the bucket out, they can pick the color, and then it's easy to find and it's easy to put away. In this one I keep my more paper, but it's more of my the pads, like the scrap paper pads that you get like at Michael's and Hobby Lobby and whatnot, that I haven't separated out yet, or smaller notebooks or scraps of paper. I keep them in here. And then in this one I keep my spray paints or extra larger pieces of buckets of glue. I keep in here. And then on this side up here I just have more trinkets that I kind of use out in the other room sometimes, or projects that I need to work on to kind of get it out and about so that I see it and I know that I want to work on it, and I get to think about how I want to decorate it. That bike has been up there for 6 months, and I just haven't figured out how I want to do it. So I just leave it there until I get inspired to work on it, and then it's just easy for me to grab and start working with it. Picture of my husband's mom right before she passed away. I always like to keep that out where I can see her. So it's just kind of an inspiration area to kind of keep me going.